Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Tonight's pour is going to be a Hot Wheels theme painting, and the vehicle I picked out tonight is a pickup. Now, I don't do a whole lot of pickups, but I do like pickups. And this one, I'm not sure what the year is. It doesn't say on the package, but I'm going to guess it's in the 50s. But it's called La Troca, and it's got this Hot Wheels it's got an H on the top, it's got Hot Wheels on the door, and it also has it on the logo on the thing. But right there, I'm not sure if you can see it, it says Art Cars. Hot Wheels Art Cars. What better vehicle to add to a painting than an art car? So that's what I want to do tonight. So then the only two colors are black and gold. And I was like, do I do a black background with some gold coming out the back? No, I didn't really want to do that because the pickup is black, and I wanted to stick out a little bit more than just black on black. Is just, I mean, you can still see it, but it's, I don't know. I just wanted to do gold with black coming out the back. Now I've done some gold with black coming out the back, but I did it kind of thin, so I'm going to try to do a little bit thicker, more black in it than just kind of veins and going through and a lot of gold in it. It's going to have a lot of gold on it. So I might work on a design. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Sometimes it just comes in the moment, and we'll see what it does. But it's still going to be a Dutch pour. It's still going to blow it out, I think, at this point. Like I said, a lot of times I will change my mind in the middle. So I've already got the paints mixed, which is just gold and black, and I'm using Liquitex Gold and Artist Loft Black, the only two colors I'm using. And then, of course, the resin I'm using is Pro Marine resin and distilled water, and that's about it. So just give me a chance to adjust the camera here, and we'll get started. All right, so I've got my canvas here. I've already put the gold on, and like I usually do with most of my metallic paints that I do, is I kind of put lines in them because it gives it a little bit of texture. So instead, I usually just go up and down this way. I decided to go this way, so it'll just give a little bit extra. Those lines will stay in there in that gold, where you'll be able to see them. So it kind of gives it a layer of texture that's not actually texture, but it'll give the look of it. So I had my class this last weekend, last Saturday, a couple days ago. Took everything there. Had this kind of the feeling, that thought in the back of your head, I'm forgetting something, but I was going over and over all the stuff I take with me, and I'm like, nope, I didn't forget anything, but just that gnawing feeling you forgot something. And then when I got there, I forgot my hair dryer, and most of them want to do the Dutch pour, and so we had to just use straws. I was really embarrassed, really I was. think it was just a tidgeon of gold here. Not much at all. I just got these little black dots where the paint splattered when I was blowing on it with the straw. I really don't want them. I don't want those little black dots. I mean, it's all right if it's got a little bit of going there, but it's like this. Take that, just kind of. Okay, so we have our car here. So that's about where we go. The gold will dry a little bit darker, and so it'll be a darker gold than what it is now, and then the resin will really brighten it up too as well. So got a lot of nice cells in here, so hopefully that'll stay like that, and we'll have another great piece. All we have to do is wait for this to dry, and then we can resin it and set the car in and have another great piece. All right, this is dried, and I've got the back taped, and as you can tell, the gold really did darken up a little bit, and the black is really good. And I do kind of like this right here where it's kind of a little goldish over the black, but it's still, yeah. So this is going to be a good piece. I think I'm going to put the car about right there, and so it's really going to match up well with the gold and the black. So I'm using Pro Marine resin, and I'm using 7 ounces for this 10 by 20 canvas, 3.5 the hardener, 3.5 the epoxy. And if you watch my other videos, you'll know, but if this is your first time and you kind of want to know, well, how do I know I need 7 ounces for a 10 by 20 canvas? Well, there is a website out there called Art Resin Calculator. I don't know if it does anything else. I just know I use it for that. I haven't really used it for anything else. I don't know if they have other stuff on the site. They probably do. because I think it is for the, you can buy, actually buy Art Resin. It's the brand. But they have a calculator that lets you know how many ounces for whatever size canvas. It has a calculator on there. You just type in your width and length of your canvas and it'll tell you, it'll calculate for you in a second and less than a second, instantly, really, tell you how many ounces for that size canvas. Now that's the total amount of resin, so remember that. It's not like 7 ounces, like for this, and it says 7 ounces. It doesn't mean 7 ounces of the hardener and 7 ounces of the epoxy. You have to, so you will have to divide that and you know, use some math or calculator to figure out half of whatever it says. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. And you definitely have enough resin when you follow that. When I first started resining, I did not do that. I just guessed what I needed, and the majority of the time I had too much, which is better than not having enough, but you're still wasting resin. Usually I would find another canvas and be able to, I had enough that I could actually fill up another canvas, cover another canvas, but I usually didn't have it taped, so it usually had bubbles on the, hardened on the back, and I have not sanded those off. I kept them, so I'm not going to sell them like that. So then with, anytime you're working with resin, you need to blow out the air bubbles, because when you're mixing the two, because you'd mix it for about 3 minutes, or whatever the brand that you do suggests you do mix it for. I just do 3 minutes, and it's actually, I only do barely over 2 minutes. As I've said before, I'm very impatient, I guess, anymore. In my old age, I'm just not as patient as I used to be. I don't even really know if I was that patient when I was younger anyway, but it's worse now that I'm older. So I barely go over 2 minutes, but I said I have a timer on my phone for 3 minutes, and I start it, and right when I start mixing, and it's usually 45 seconds left or 30 seconds left in there. So I do try to go over 2 minutes on it, which I usually do. And it helps to have a good light to be able to see the light reflecting off of the resin, so you can see the air bubbles. When you're standing right above it, you really can't see them as well. You can see the initial ones that are pretty obvious. But you cannot see a lot of these that are in there unless you get a good glare of light off of it. Good shine of light on it, and then you can see all this stuff. I have a bunch of lint, and I learned from my last one, because I changed my shirt. I don't wear my regular shirt. I have a shirt I just use for painting. I finally started doing that, so I leave it in here. So I changed my shirt in here before and after, and I realized I don't need to change my shirt after I've resined right over, or right even near the resin painting, because the last one I did, I had a bunch of little lint come off, laying right in the painting. I pretty much did it, not really right over it, but I was standing about right where I am now. Standing there, and it just went. I was not happy. I got most of the stuff out, but it took a little bit. So those are my tips. Take them or leave them. All right, so I've got all the bubbles out, so we're going to place the truck in there right where I wanted it to go. So I'm going to put it right there. So that black line is coming out of each edge of the truck bed. You could say it could be the exhaust. I don't know. Some people probably would say that's a pretty bad oil spill or oil leakage on this truck. I don't think so. I'm gonna make it a little straighter. I usually like it. I have kind of liked it. Some of these slanted, not straight, but this one looks better straight. All right, so there you have it. So that black really matches, and the gold really matches as well. So my art car painting is done, and I think it looks great. I love the design on the truck. I love that it's an art car fitting for this being a piece of art. And I just like how it turned out. So if you like this, leave a comment, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.